In the next several videos, we will be breaking down the liturgy of the Eucharist, the source and summit of our faith. The liturgy of the Eucharist is a major portion of the Mass that recalls the words and actions of Jesus at the Last Supper. The preparation of the gifts has rich symbolic meaning. Here the bread, wine, and our monetary donations are symbolic of our gifts and of ourselves. At St. Anne, we also present our 3 prayer books, which list the names of those in need of our prayers as gifts. The gifts are brought up from the community to the priests, who will offer them to God on our behalf. But the preparation of the gifts is not just about bringing things to God. It also represents the kind of disposition God expects from us. He does not want an economic exchange at Mass. He wants all of us, our hearts, our minds, and our wills. Before we move to the Eucharistic prayer, let's look at 3 rituals that happen next at the altar. First, the priest will pour a bit of water into the wine and pray, "By the mystery of this water and wine, may we come to share in the divinity of Christ, who humbled himself to share in our humanity." The wine symbolizes Christ's divinity. The water symbolizes our humanity. The mingling of the water and the wine points to the Incarnation, the mystery of God becoming man. Next, the celebrant partakes in a symbolic gesture of purification, the rite of hand washing. This is reminiscent of early church days when gifts from earth, such as fruits and vegetables, were offered at Mass, and priests would wash their hands before offering them to God. He says, "Lord, wash away my iniquity and cleanse me from my sin." In this moment, we are reminded that the priest too can sin. But God is bigger than our sin and more merciful than we can comprehend. Last comes the prayer over the gifts, the heart of the liturgy of the Eucharist. The priest says, "Blessed are you, Lord God of all creation, for through your goodness we have this bread to offer, fruit of the earth and work of human hands. It will become for us the bread of life." This style of prayer started in Israel, where every morning people would say a prayer of thanksgiving for the rising sun, for their food, for the sleep they would enjoy. The purpose was to transform every moment of one's day into thanksgiving. In the early 1960s, this blessing was added to draw attention to the gifts. It reminds us that the bread and wine were made by human hands out of gifts from God. The gifts are recognized as well as the labor of those who made the gifts. So that's part 1 of the liturgy of the Eucharist. In our next video, Emma explains the Eucharistic prayer.